Hello, anybody who's joining the replay. Get your smudge sticks out, get your tea ready. We're going to talk about trust. I'm quite excited. Hey, number one. First person joining. Let me know who you are. Oh, 2 people. That was quick. 2 people in under a minute. That never happens. Okay. Let me know who you are. A lot of numbers. Put that down. Hopefully you've got your tea ready. You're sitting comfortably. We'll start in a minute. Just give it a couple of minutes. We're going to talk about trust today. I'm really excited about this topic because, hey, beautiful. Trust is a big topic. So let me get up. I did write notes for this one because sometimes we go a little bit rambly. Okay. I'm going to give it 30 seconds. Hey, there's another person. Let me know who you are, where you're from, who you are. You don't have to tell me exactly where you're from. I'm not a stalker, I promise. Hopefully you're all sitting comfortably. This is going to be a beautiful little chat between friends. I'm looking rosy cheeked because I've just taught a very sweaty yoga class and it was fun. Okay, I think we'll start and we'll get going. So, hey everybody, welcome to this Dharma Talk. We're going to start with a nice deep breath as we always do. So bring your hands onto your heart center, roll your shoulders, give it a little wiggle, give it a little shake, close down your eyes and just take a moment to drop in. Take a moment to find your heartbeat, to connect to your breath and let go of everything else. Take a moment to drop into that energy that creates that heartbeat, that the life within you. Take a moment just to be here, knowing that in this moment there's nothing else you need to do. Know where you have to be. Take a deep breath in and let it go. When you're ready, gently open up your eyes, release your hands. So I like to start all our Dharma talks with that moment of presence, that moment of connecting, that moment of dropping into your heart space. And for me, that is the answer. That is the answer to everything. That is the answer to all our problems, to every single prayer, to every single wish, every single desire. Is that present moment awareness. It is that connection to our heart, connection to ourselves, and connection to the energy that created us, the energy that created this world that we live in. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. So today our topic is trust the journey. I thought we'd talk. I have a couple of ideas for what we'll talk about. We'll talk about why do we trust? What is trust? Where to put our trust? Because especially in this world now, there is so much information, so much noise, so much chaos, so much going on, and there's so much wisdom out there in the world and they all say quite conflicting things. So it's kind of, where do we place that trust? Where do we drop in? Where do we allow ourselves to fully commit and be and put our energy? Where do we do that? And then how can we build trust? Because trust really is one of the most important things in this life. If you are an entrepreneur, you have to be able to trust yourself. You have to be able to trust that guidance because you are the one making the decisions. And if you're not an entrepreneur, if you just have an everyday job, which is amazing, you still have to be able to trust yourself. You have to be able to trust yourself to know when that job is right for you, when it is serving you, when it aligns with you, and when it isn't. And also everything else in your life, you have to be able to trust that guidance from within, because that's all we have. That's all we have in this world, is this guidance from within. And so in our lives, we have two choices. We have a choice where we can choose to listen to that gut feeling. We can choose to have faith. We can choose to trust, or we can choose to let our fear take over. We have two choices: trust or faith, love or fear. No, they're the same thing. Trust or fear. God. Yeah, we have two choices in this world: love or fear. Um, and trust is one of the biggest lessons and tools we can ever learn. And once we learn to trust both ourselves, trust our experiences, trust our feelings, and learn to trust others, everything else falls into place because we are fully guided, we're fully supported. And how can we have relationships with anyone, including ourselves, if we don't learn to trust, if we don't learn to drop in, and we don't learn to really commit and allow our energy to be in that space? I don't know about you, but if we don't trust anybody, you can't make any friends. You have to fully trust that person to be able to drop in and to welcome all the beauty and the pleasure that life has to give you. We have to trust the journey. And when we start to trust, we actually let go of some of our problems because we allow ourselves to just enjoy life. We allow ourselves to be in the moment. We allow ourselves to enjoy every single moment on this journey. And that is the point in life. Life isn't supposed to be hard. Life isn't supposed to be a struggle. And that doesn't mean that you don't have bad days. It doesn't mean that things don't fall apart. But it means that even in those moments, you're trusting and you're enjoying what you do have, and you're enjoying each and every moment that brings you joy, and every moment that brings you pleasure, and every moment that fills your heart with love. And love really does make the world go round. So the more we can trust, the more we can love, and the more joy we can bring into the world. So I wanted to start by saying this: the future is completely unknown. This moment is unknown. Everything that is coming after this moment is completely unknown. I mean, hopefully I have some idea of where we're going, but really this journey is completely unknown. And tomorrow is unknown. The next hour is unknown. No one knows what is coming. And we have to be able to trust that what is coming will serve us, and we have to be able to trust that we will be supported. Otherwise we will go insane, because we can't control the future. We can't control what's happening. We can't control the people in our lives. We can't control our experiences. And the more we try to control, the more we try to fight, the harder it is to fully let go and be in the moment and actually enjoy the moment. If you have these expectations and you're trying so if you're trying so hard to control every single experience, every single moment, then you're not really in it. You're not really enjoying it. And I don't know about you, but have you ever looked back at your life and just thought, I wish I'd really experienced that. I really wish that I had got out of my head and into the moment and really allowed myself to enjoy that. There's been so many times throughout my life where I have looked back and thought, I just wish that I had let go. I just wish that I had just been in the moment and enjoyed the moment, instead of going over things and thinking about the future or trying to control it or trying to make stuff happen, instead of just being in the moment. Some of the best people in life are the ones that just flow and float and just are guided. And so this idea of trust is learning to first trust ourselves, learning to connect, to trust that gut instinct, that gut feeling, and to know that for you, you have the answers, because this is your life. Only you have experienced what you have experienced. Only you know how you feel. Only you know what you want in life. No one else can tell you the answers, because no one else is you. No one else is walking your unique path. You can be supported, you can get advice, you can seek support through coaches and amazing people. I mean, the power of coaching. I'm doing my coaching training now and it is insane. But only you know the answers. The beauty of coaching is that we help you find your answers. We don't tell you the answers because they come from within. Only you know. This is your life. This is your path. This is your journey. You have to be able to drop in and trust your journey. Otherwise, you're living your life for someone else. You're living someone else's path. And that is just never going to be fulfilling or satisfying, and you're never really going to fully experience the life that you want if you're following someone else's path, because you are here for your own journey, for your own desires, for your own path. And so we have to be able to trust ourselves. And we have to trust that the desires that we have in life are given to us because we can achieve them. You wouldn't be given all these things in life that you want, all these dreams, all these goals, all these desires, unless you were able to actually achieve them, unless you were able to actually make them happen. And we have to trust that. Otherwise, what else do we have? We just struggle. We spend our whole entire lives fighting and struggling and pushing against this wall of resistance. And whether you achieve everything you want in life or not, if you trust and you enjoy each and every moment, does it really matter? But on the flip side, if you are fighting so hard for all these desires and you still never make them happen, and you wasted your whole journey there fighting and pushing, which journey would you prefer? The one that you enjoy and trust and flow and enjoy every moment, and maybe some beautiful opportunities guide you in different directions than you ever could imagine. Maybe the universe will provide you with more than you can ever imagine. Who knows? So we have to trust ourselves. We also have to trust our experiences. Sometimes in life we are thrown curveballs, we are thrown wobbles and chaos and noise and craziness, and sometimes things don't go the way we planned. Things don't happen the way we expected them to happen. People fall away. Things in life don't go the way we want it to. And that sucks. It really sucks. But we have to trust that the reason we are experiencing what we are experiencing is because we are learning from it, and because it is bringing us something better. And if we drop into that place of trust, we let go of the fight, and it becomes easier. That sucky, horrible discomfort that we feel, that heaviness that we feel, passes because we're trusting and we're allowing and we're moving into it and we're flowing into it and we're letting it happen and we're letting it hold us. And we have to trust. We just have to trust. There is no other way to do this life other than trusting and listening and dropping in. We also have to learn to trust other people. Us human beings, we are not meant to be independent lone wolves. We're meant to have communities. We're meant to be supported. We're meant to have friends. We're meant to have support and love. And how can you love anybody if you don't fully trust them? How can you let anybody into your life if you don't fully trust them? How can you build a relationship with anybody if you don't trust them? And it's not always easy. I get that. I've had trust issues in the past. There are people that I have not trusted for a long, long time, and they may have given me reason to trust them, but the more that I fought against them, against wanting to trust them, the harder that relationship got, the more uncomfortable it got, and the more it broke down, because I just wasn't in it. I wasn't trusting it. I wasn't allowing it. I was fighting against it. And so we have to drop in and trust other people, because we are meant to be in communities. We're meant to be supported. We're meant to support each other. We're meant to bounce off each other. How beautiful would this world be if we all supported each other, picked each other up, helped each other when we needed help, instead of fighting against each other, instead of competing against each other, instead of pulling each other down? What if we picked everybody up? What if everybody used their crazy, amazing skills and talents and wisdom to pick up the people around them? What if we turned to the people around us and said, look, I need support in this, and then we helped each other? What a beautiful world that would be if we all did that. If we all just helped the people around us instead of fighting and competing against each other. What a beautiful world it would be if we just trusted the people around us and we allowed ourselves to be supported. If we didn't have to do it all on our own, and we actually allowed ourselves to drop in and be held. Because this life can be hard. To do it on your own makes it even harder. So I really invite you to start dropping into that place of trust. And it will take time. It's a practice. It's a muscle we have to build. But we can do this, and we can do it with love, and we can do it in time and patience. So where do we put our trust? This is a big question. Where do we put our valuable energy, our valuable love, our valuable trust? Where do we place it? This one is a hard question to answer because only you know the answer. And the answer comes from within. It comes from that feeling you get within. Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? If you're thinking about committing your energy to something, if you're thinking about trusting somebody else, somebody else's guidance, wisdoms, teachings, like right now, you guys are trusting me, and I'm so honored that you are trusting me with your time and your energy, and you're holding this space. And does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Whatever in life that you are committing your energy to, whether it be money, time, love, whatever it is you're committing your energy to, what does it feel like in your body? Do you feel good after spending that time and that energy or that money on them, those things, those people? Do you feel high vibe? Do you feel lifted? Do you feel supported? Do you feel loved? Or do you feel discomfort? Do you feel unease? Do you feel heavy? Do you feel burdened? What do you feel? That is how you know where to put your trust. That feeling you get from within. Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Do you come out of it feeling loved and supported and everything that you should feel as a human being? Or do you feel the complete opposite? Because if you feel the opposite, that is your sign to drop it out, to let it go, to let it fall apart, to let it fall away. So how do we build trust? This is a big one. How do we build trust? Trust is something that a lot of us struggle with. And I think it's because in this world, our trust has been misled. Our trust has been shifted, and people haven't valued other people's trust and time and energy. And so how can we start to build that trust? How can we start to build that muscle? How can we start to move from that place of faith and love instead of fear? First, it's connection to ourselves. So as I was saying, does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Before we even know if it feels light or heavy, we have to connect to ourselves. We have to drop in, connect to the breath, connect to the body. What is your body telling you? Does your body feel low in energy? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? Do you get butterflies from excitement, or do you feel complete and utter dread? And dread doesn't always mean bad, because sometimes fear is what is holding us back. But really drop into your body, really take that time to connect to your body, and not just in the moment of making a decision, but every single day. Take time to connect to your body, really take time to listen, really take time to learn your body's signals and messages, because this is your vehicle for this physical life. Your body is here to support you and guide you through this physical life. So can we use it as our tool for making our decisions and knowing where to put our trust? When you make a decision, what does it feel like? Does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? Start to let go of the things that feel heavy in your life. Start to let go, even if it hurts, even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable. Let go of those things in your life that feel heavy. And that can be really hard. Sometimes in life, we hold on for a lot longer than we should because we're scared to let go. We're scared of that unknown. We're scared of changing. We're scared of what our life will look like if we let go. And I know that feeling. I have recently let a really important person in my life go because every time I left, I felt heavy. Every time I left, I cried. Every time I left that person, I felt the weight of the world on top of my shoulders, and I kept pushing that away. I kept pretending that I didn't feel that way, and I didn't fully trust that feeling. But I had to let go. I couldn't keep weighing myself down. I had to trust. And the funny thing is, if you don't trust that gut feeling to start with, it will keep coming back up. It will keep reappearing. It will keep coming back up in your life until you follow it, until you trust it. The universe is trying to tell you something, and they do not give up easily. It will keep coming until you listen. And so, does it feel light? Does it feel heavy? And don't let fear stop you from following that gut instinct. Don't let fear stop you from stepping into the life that you truly deserve, stepping into that life that you desire because you are scared. So another way to build trust is journaling and self-reflection. It's taking time each and every day to reflect on the decisions you made throughout the day, reflect on what happened throughout the day, reflect on the things that you did well, the things that went well, the things you achieved, the things you loved, the things that filled you with joy. Reflect on your day, take time to connect to yourself, take time to reflect and to dive into the thoughts and feelings you had throughout the day. Dive into the beliefs that came up that stopped you. Dive into the stories that you created and told yourself. Take time every single day to drop in and reflect. And that is where we find our magic and our power. That is where we start to change the thoughts and the beliefs and the stories that we tell ourselves. And those thoughts, beliefs, and stories are what create your reality. So that time is really powerful, and it also helps us build trust. So another way to build trust is being in the present moment. It is really taking your time to be here, to not be off in the future or thinking of the past or what you're going to have for dinner or what you're doing later on today or tomorrow or anything. Just being here, really taking that time to feel into this moment, to be in this moment. And in that moment, are you moving towards where you want to be, or are you moving towards a different reality? What are you moving towards in that moment? What is that voice inside you telling you? What is your gut telling you in that moment? And only you know that if you're in this moment. And one way to really be in the present is your breath. Your breath is the connection between mind and body. Your breath is the only thing you have in this moment, so really use it. Every single breath brings a new moment. So take that time to use your breath as a tool and bring it back here. And another way to build trust is self-love, is doing things that you love, showing yourself love, showing yourself respect, doing something that is fun, that you love to do, talking to yourself with love and kindness and compassion. Because how can we trust ourselves if we don't learn to love ourselves? How can we trust our decisions that we're making if we don't fully learn to love ourselves? Self-love really is the key. It really is the foundation for everything. Yes, self-love always, always. And it sounds cheesy and it sounds corny, and so many people say it, but it's true. It's because people will come and go in your life, but you will always have yourself. This is the only person you will have a relationship with for your whole entire life. Do you really want to spend your whole entire life with someone you hate? Someone that you don't like? Someone that you don't trust? I definitely don't. So self-love is big. It takes a long time to build, and it takes practice, and it's a muscle. We have to keep practicing at it. But it's so worth it when we get there. It's so worth it when we allow ourselves to really be in that space of love. Another way to build trust is dream building. Allow yourself to dream. Allow yourself to be in that space of everything you dream coming true. Allow yourself to step into that way of being, that person that lives that life that you dream of. Really allow yourself to relish and visualize and be in that space that you want to be in. Enjoy it, because it feels good when you do. It really feels good when you really allow yourself to be in that space, and not from a place of I can't do this or I don't have this, but from a place of, oh my God, this is going to be amazing when it happens, because it will, and it will happen. So dream building. Another practice for building trust is to not judge the moment, to not judge anything as good or bad or right or wrong, because sometimes what we believe is an awful experience is actually filled with magic and is the biggest blessing we could ever have in our lives. Sometimes something where we believe our world is falling apart actually brings us the most amazing opportunities. For example, you could lose your job, and that feels so heavy and so hard to deal with, and it feels like your world's falling apart. But then maybe a better job comes along. Maybe you're now open to receiving a better opportunity, and you make more money. You get to do something you love. You get to do something you enjoy. And unless that job fell apart in the first place, you wouldn't have been open to that opportunity in the first place. So really never judge a moment as good or bad. Just accept it for what it is. Accept it for the experience you're in now. And I really like to come back to the saying of have the serenity to accept what you cannot change, the courage to change what you can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Some situations in life we just cannot change, we have no control over. So rather than fighting it, learn and practice accepting it. And if you can change it, do something about it because you have the power. Okay, I've got two more little things for building trust and then we'll end this. Time in nature. Nature is amazing. The universe, everything that happens in nature just happens as it's meant to happen. There is no right or wrong or good or bad, or it just happens. Trees' branches fall off and then they rebuild, they heal. Trees fall down, they decay, and they create a new ecosystem, a new life. Everything is happening in a cycle and it is happening as it's meant to happen. And nature really shows you how to just let go and be in the flow of life, just to allow it to happen and stop fighting, stop trying to control it, stop trying to resist it, and just be in the flow and trust the moment. And then my last one is take a leap. One way to build trust is just to take a leap, to just decide in this moment that I'm going to trust, that I'm going to trust myself, that I'm going to trust my dreams, I'm going to trust my desires, I'm going to trust the universe to decide me, to support me. Just take a leap, to start doing those things that scare the shit out of you, to start doing those things that you have all these excuses why you shouldn't do, but there's something in your heart calling you to do it. Let go of the excuses and just do it. Just take a leap, because what is the worst that can happen? It all falls apart, it all goes wrong. You get back up again and you start again, but at least you tried. Then what is the worst that can really happen? Just take a leap of faith, move with love, move with trust, and the rest will follow. So, guys, if you have any wisdom to share, if you have any questions, drop them in a chat. That's kind of all I had to share today. And then, as long as there's no questions, we'll drop in and we'll end this little Dharma talk. I do have one more thing. So, manifestation. If you're trying to create, so manifestation has this kind of big label, but this big title, but manifestation is really just creating and allowing and receiving. That's all it is. And whether you believe in law of attraction or not, we're all manifesting our reality, because we're all making decisions to create the reality that we live in. A manifestation is really just taking a moment to accept each and every experience, to move towards a certain experience, either by accepting, or if we can change it, changing it. But if you can't, moving to that place of just, this is where I am. Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. And then once you've accepted, moving to that place of gratitude and appreciation for where you are. And just really taking a moment to appreciate every single moment of this life, every single beautiful breath that we take, because every moment that you live is such a blessing. We get to be here. We get to live this incredible life. We get to experience love. We get to experience joy. We get to experience pain and wobbles and tears. We get to experience it all. And isn't that such a gift? Isn't that amazing that we are here in the first place? And the fact that you are here, that is trust in itself. The fact that you, out of all these crazy atoms and crazy things that make up a human being, it created you. And that is magic. Every single person on this planet is made of pure and utter magic. And I think that is just amazing. So, looks like there's no questions or no wisdom from anyone else. So we're going to bring our hands onto our heart center. Take one last little wiggle through your body. Close down your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And then let it go. Feel that heartbeat under your hands. Feel that energy inside your heart. Feel your body. Take one more deep breath in. And then let it go. I want to thank you all for joining me and joining this space this evening. I honour you. I see you. I appreciate you more than you will ever know. Thank you all. Take a deep breath in and let it go. Open up your eyes, bring a big smile to your lips, and have a beautiful, beautiful evening, everybody. Thank you. And if there's any talks or any topics you want me to talk about, just drop them in a comment on a video, send me a message, and I will include them in my topics. I'm just creating my ones for May and June. So anything you want me to share or talk about, I'm open to everything. So have a beautiful week, everybody, and thank you for holding this space. I see you, I appreciate you, and I honour you.